Bhagavate Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayesha Bhadresha Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhakti Bhagavati Nashtaki. Continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 15. The Lord accepts prasadam at the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Well, the title of the chapter is Lord accept prasadam, but he hasn't even reached the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya yet. So text 164. So yesterday we ended hearing the glories of Vasudeva Datta. So he's praying to the Lord, please give me the sinful reactions of every living entity in the universe and take them to your place. Give them liberation. Let me suffer in the hell. And he was sincerely asking the Lord, not thinking, oh, Lord will think, see, I'm so humble, so compassionate. No, he was sincerely asking. So etashuni Mahaprabhu chitta dravina ashru kampa swara bhange kahite lagina. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard Vasudeva Datta's statement, his heart became very soft. Tears flowed from his eyes and he began to tremble. In a faltering voice, he spoke as follows. Tomara vichitra nahi tumi sakshat pralada, tomar upare Krishnera sampurna prasada. Accepting Vasudeva Datta as a great devotee, the Lord said, such a statement is not at all astonishing, because you are the incarnation of Prahlad Maharaj. It appears that Lord Krishna has bestowed complete mercy upon you. There is no doubt about it. So Prahlad Maharaj had come as Vasudeva Datta. And Mahaprabhu said, this is not astonishing. Krishna says, Satya kare, yehi mange vritya. Vritya vancha purti vinu nahi anya kritya. Whatever a pure devotee wants from his master, Lord Krishna doubtlessly grants, because he has no other duty than to fulfill the desire of his devotee. Brahmanda jiver tumi vanchile nistara, vina papa bhoge habe sabara udhara. If you desire the deliverance of all living entities within the universe, then all of them can be delivered. Even without you, you're undergoing the tribulations of sinful activity. See, this is Mahaprabhu said. So just a pure devotee, if he thinks this way, Krishna has to fulfill his desires. Asamartha nahi Krishna dhare sarva bhala, toma keva kene bhunjai be papa phala. Krishna is not incapable, for he has all potencies. Why would he induce you to suffer the sinful reactions of other living entities? Tumi yara hitavancha sehaile Vaishnava, Vaishnavera Papa Krishna Dura Kare Sava. Whosoever welfare you desire immediately becomes a Vaishnava. And Krishna delivers all Vaishnavas from the reactions of their past sinful activities. So Krishna delivers all Vaishnavas from the reactions of their past sinful activities. This is like earlier we read, if one chants, only once he chants the name of Krishna, but without offense, that one chanting can remove sinful reactions of all past karmas. Not even past, actually, some places else it is mentioned. It removes the sinful reactions of all the karmas that the living entity hasn't even performed yet. If he chants once, purely the holy name of Krishna. So here, purport, Prabhupada, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here informed Vasudeva Datta that since Krishna is all-powerful, he can immediately deliver all conditioned souls from material existence. In a sense, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you desire the liberation of all kinds of living entities without discrimination. You are very anxious for their good fortune, and I say that simply by your prayer, all living entities within the universe can be liberated. You don't even have to take up the burden of their sinful activities. Thus, there is no need for you to suffer for their sinful lives. Whoever receives your compassion becomes a Vaishnava immediately. And Krishna delivers all Vaishnavas from the reactions to their past sinful activities. So Krishna also promises this in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So, as soon as one fully surrenders to Krishna, he becomes a Vaishnava. In this verse from the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna promises to relieve his devotee from all the reactions to sinful life. It is a fact that a fully surrendered Vaishnava is completely out of the range of material infection. This is to say that he does not suffer the results of his previous pious or impious actions. So it's, see how Prabhupada says, he does not suffer the results of his previous pious or impious actions. So why he does not suffer from previous pious actions? So previous pious activities will lead one to take a birth in maybe a rich family or educated family, or he becomes very rich and educated, or he becomes good looking next life. But if one becomes a Vaishnava, then there is no next life. So Krishna removes all these reactions. Unless one is freed from sinful life, one cannot become a Vaishnava. In other words, if one is a Vaishnava, his sinful life is certainly ended. According to Padma Puran, aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukham krameneva prasliyeta Vishnu bhaktir ratamanam. There are different stages of dormant reactions to sinful activities to be observed in a sinful life. Sinful reactions may be just waiting to take effect. Phal unmukha. Reactions may be still further dormant, kuta, or the reactions may be in a seed-like state, bija. So phalonmukha means maybe aprarabdha. It hasn't shown up yet. Prarabdha means what we go through. Aprarabdha, it hasn't shown up yet. Kuta means it is further dormant. And seed, bija, maybe in a seed-like state. It hasn't come up yet. In any case, all types of sinful reactions are vanquished one after another if a person engages in the devotional service of Lord Vishnu. This is the benefit, one of the benefits. So even in Brahma Samhita, Brahmaji said, Yasta Indra Gopam Mathvendram Aho Swakarma Padhanurupa Palbhajana Matamoti Karmani Nirdahati Kintu Cha Bhakti Bhajam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Prajam. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the original personality of Godhead Govinda, who regulates the sufferings and enjoyments due to fruitive activity. He does this for everyone, from the heavenly king Indra down to the smallest insect, Indragopa. That very personality of Godhead destroys the karmic reactions of one engaged in devotional service. So he removes all the karmic reactions. Karmani nirdahati. Means it just burns them to ashes. So this is quotation from Brahma Sai. তোমার ইচ্ছা মাত্রে হবে ব্রহ্মাণ্ড মোচন সর্বমুক্ত করিতে কৃষ্ণের নাহি কিছু শ্রম. Because of your honest desire, all living entities within the universe will be delivered. For Krishna does not have to do anything to deliver all the living entities of the universe. So it's so easy for Krishna. What's so difficult? एक उडुम्बर वृक्ष लागे कोटि फल कोटि ये ब्रह्मांड भासे विराज विरजा रजाले. Just as there are millions of fruits on the Udumbra tree, millions of universes float on the waters of the river Viraja. So Virja is a river that divides the material world from the spiritual world. On one side of the river Viraja is the effulgence of Brahmaloka and innumerable Vaikuntha planets. And on the other side is this material world. It is to be understood that this side of the Virja river is filled with material planets floating in causal ocean or Karan Sagar. The name Virja indicates a marginal position between the material and spiritual worlds. But Virja river is not under the control of the material energy. Consequently, it is devoid of the three gunas. So that's why it's called Virja. No three gunas. तार एक फल पड़ी यदि नष्ट है तथापि वृक्ष नाही जाने निज अपचाए. The Udumbra tree is filled with millions of fruits, and if one falls down and is destroyed, the tree does not even consider the loss. So that is why sometimes people ask, although they ask this hypothetical question, or they're looking for an excuse for not taking up devotion service, they ask, what if everybody becomes a devotee? How is the world going to run? Well, first of all, it is not our job to make sure the material world is running. Whoever has created it, it's up to him. And although it is impossible for everybody to become a devotee of that level that everybody goes back to the spiritual world, but even if that happens, what's the loss? As the Prabhupada says here, the Udumbra, I don't know what is Udumbra tree, is filled with millions of fruits. And if one falls down and is destroyed, the tree does not even consider the loss. So there are millions and millions of material universes. So if one universe is gone, what's the big deal? ताइचे एक ब्रह्मांड यदि मुक्त है तब अल्प हानि कृष्ण रमने ना हिलाए. In the same way, if one universe is vacated due to the living entities having been liberated, that is a very little thing for Krishna. He does not even take it very seriously. And moreover, all the material universes, at some point, they're going to be destroyed. And at the inhalation of Mahavishnu, when he exhales, so many millions and millions of material universes come into being. So this will go on. All we have to worry about is how do I become eligible, become pure enough to come back to God. अनंत ऐश्वर्य कृष्णेर वैकुंठादि धाम तारगढ़ खाई कारण दियार नाम. The entire spiritual world constitutes the unlimited opulence of Krishna, and there are innumerable Vaikuntha planets there. Causal ocean is considered the surrounding waters of Vaikuntha Loka. ताते भासे मायालय अनंत ब्रह्मांड गाढ़ खाइते भासे ये न रायपूर्ण भान. Maya and her unlimited material universes are situated in that causal ocean. Indeed, Maya appears to be floating like a pot filled with mustard seeds. So, if a pot is full of mustard seeds, so how many mustard seeds can come in a pot? Basically unlimited. तार एक राई नाशे हानि nahi mani. Aiche ek and nashe Krishner nahi hani. Of the millions of mustard seeds floating in that pot, if one seed is lost, the loss is not at all significant. Similarly, if one universe is lost, it's not significant to Lord Krishna. Sab Brahmand Sahayadi Maya Rahai Chai Tathapi na Mane Krishna ki Chuva Pachai. To say nothing of one universal mustard seed, even if all the universes and the material energy Maya are destroyed, Krishna does not even consider the loss. See, where is the loss? In fact, Krishna wants all the living entities to come back to the spiritual world. Koti kama dhenu pater chagi yaichi mar shad aishwarya pati Krishna Maya ki bakare. If a person possessing millions of wish-fulfilling cows loses one she-goat, he does not even consider the loss. Krishna owns all six opulences in full. If the entire material energy is destroyed, what does he lose? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in clarifying verses 171 through 179, states that the meaning of these stanzas is very simple, but that the purport is a little difficult to understand. Generally, the conditioned souls forget Krishna when they are enticed by the material external energy. Consequently, they are called Krishna Bahiramukha, bereft of their relationship with Krishna. When such a living entity comes under the jurisdiction of the material energy, he is sent into one of the innumerable material universes created by the material energy to give a chance to the conditioned souls to fulfill their desires in the material world. Being very eager to enjoy the fruits of their activities, conditioned souls become involved in the actions and reactions of material life. Consequently, they enjoy and suffer the results of karma. However, if a conditioned soul becomes Krishna conscious, the karma of his pious and impious activities is completely destroyed. Simply by becoming a devotee, one is freed of all the reactions of karma. Similarly, simply by the desire of a devotee, a conditioned soul can attain liberation and transcend the results of karma. Since everyone can be liberated in this way, one may conclude that it is according to the sweet will of the devotee whether the material world exists or does not exist. So it is according to the sweet will of the devotee. Ultimately, however, it's not the sweet will of the devotee, but the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who, if he so desires, can completely annihilate the material creation. There is no loss on his part. The owner of millions of cows does not consider the loss of one she-goat. So who cares? Similarly, Lord Krishna is the proprietor of both the material and spiritual universes. The material world constitutes only one-fourth of his creative energy. If, according to the desire of the devotee, the Lord completely destroys the creation, he is so opulent that he will not mind the loss. And actually, it's not even a loss for Krishna. Anything in the material world, it's not something he looks forward to taking care of. Yes, he has to come and he performs pastimes here just to attract the conditioned souls who are suffering here. Jai 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 Ajam Ajit Dosha Gribhita Gunam Tvamasi Yadatmana Samvaruddha Samasta Bhaga Aga Jagad Okasam Akhil Shakti Avabodhakate Kvachit Ajaya Mana Cha Sa Charuto Anucharena Nigamaha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, O my Lord, O unconquerable one, O Master of all potencies, please exhibit your internal potency to conquer the nations of all moving and inert living entities. Due to nations, they accept all kinds of faulty things, thus provoking a fearful situation. Oh Lord, please show your glories. You can do this very easily, for your internal potency is beyond the material potency. You're also the demonstrator of the material potency. You always engage in your pastimes in the spiritual world, where you exhibit your reserved internal potency, and sometimes you exhibit the external potency by glancing over it. Thus you manifest your pastimes. The Vedas confirm your two potencies and accept both types of pastimes due to them. This verse is taken from Srimad Bhagavatam. It is from the prayers of the Shruti Gana, the personified Vedas who glorify the Lord. So the Almighty Personality of Godhead has three potencies: internal, external, and marginal. I guess I'll take this shloka tomorrow. I have to do something, so we'll stop here. So you all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.